see what I see?
Well, what do you know? Well, congratulations. It's about time you took it, sir.
Shave tail. But I still say you're gonna get shot right in the...
At ease.
Hello everyone, I'm Johnny, and did you know some 25,500 US soldiers received battlefield commissions during World War II? It's an interesting tradition, and often these promotions were awarded to the bravest of men during the harshest of fighting. Two of the most famous American battlefield commissions made well known through Hollywood are of course First Sergeant Lipton's and Staff Sergeant Audie Murphy's battlefield commissions to Second Lieutenant. This tradition exists in many countries and throughout history. During World War I, thousands of men received battlefield commissions to the rank of officer. The British often called these men temporary gentlemen, and the Americans sometimes called them brevet officers, or during World War II, Mustangs. But historically, merit, particularly in Europe, was less respected than social status. Between 1683 and 1871, British Army officers could purchase their commissions and promotions in infantry and cavalry regiments, allowing wealthy individuals to secure officer ranks, up to lieutenant colonel, without relying on merit. This system ensured officers were largely from upper class and theoretically added a financial guarantee of good behavior. However, during times of war, high casualty rates and the need for good officers provided opportunities to lower-class men. During the Napoleonic Wars, rising through the ranks could happen. During this war, between 5 to 10% of British officers started their careers as enlisted men. Going back even further, the precursor of battlefield commissions would be the knighting or ennoblement of a commoner soldier or squire for demonstrating heroic qualities in battle. How this was done and what it meant varied significantly. A new knight might receive land and/or an education, or he might not. During World War I, 6,000 American non-commissioned officers were awarded battlefield commissions. Between the start of World War I to the end of the Vietnam War, over 31,200 Americans have been awarded battlefield commissions, most during the Second World War. By the Vietnam War, field commissions were greatly reduced. The Marine Corps during this war issued only 62 field commissions. In modern conflicts, the act is now called a battlefield appointment and is rare. The first woman to receive a field commission was Michelle Miller Sherland, which took place during Operation Iraqi Freedom. Starting in 1917, battlefield commissions became more formalized, meaning soldiers would receive an actual increase in pay from the day they were commissioned onward. Paperwork or gazetting was finalized later, so a soldier officer could get his back pay. These promotions could be permanent or temporary. A newly commissioned officer in the field might have to attend specialized in-theater training. Audie Murphy, for example, considered a full-time career as an officer after his promotion and looked into attending West Point, but never followed through with it. He was eventually transferred to the Officers Reserve Corps. He was further commissioned as a captain in the Texas Army National Guard during the Korean War. The War Department decides what training an NCO becoming an officer must complete based on their experience and aptitude. Murphy received his battlefield commission to Second Lieutenant on October 14, 1944, at the age of 19, for his exceptional bravery, leadership, and technical competence under fire while serving with the 3rd Infantry Division in France. Lipton also did not attend officer school. Battlefield commissions were common enough during World War II that additional training was provided by divisions behind the lines. This was typically a truncated course in legal and administrative studies. Lipton received his battlefield commission for his leadership during the Battle of the Bulge. As the American Army ballooned in size, peaking in May of 1945 at 8.3 million active duty soldiers, not every battlefield commissioned officer was a hero to the degree of Lipton or certainly Murphy. Sometimes just being reliable could do the job, There were also officers nicknamed 90-day wonders, enlisted men who were plucked during training or stateside service for their officer potential and thrown into fast-track training. Alright, I'm Johnny, thanks for watching. Promotions are an interesting thing. Sometimes you have all the same duties, just with added paperwork. But maybe for a medieval squire who became a knight, with the last name Prize, it was a pretty good deal. Anyway, do take care, and have a nice rest of your day.